you know, this is a nice change of pace to...
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
Hello.
hello.
Welcome
So,
back to
some people,
Calm.
some people watching this are like, what's going on? I'll put up a little, like, editor Julian, put up in the corner what we just played before playing this.
Yeah, like a link or something.
Yeah, a link or like a little picture. I'll do both. But you
Because
can find
maybe, like, you know,
This'll
the
probably
first
come...
couple of episodes of this have only just come out. So,
Yeah, as of recording, but by the time this one comes out, there are a lot of videos will come out, but it was this one in particular, and spooked the hell out of us. We had a great time.
awful.
It was fun though.
I really don't do well in the dark, and I don't do well with jump scares. And this game mostly takes place in the dark, and there's lots of jump scares. But anyway, let's not dwell on it.
Let's not
take
dwell
our
on
minds off it.
Yeah, you're right, 100%.
Alright, well,
and
go on then.
let's get back to it. Back to my stupid fucking voice. Hey Lily, do you mind if I take a look at one of your books? You're quite welcome to, Hisao. That said, if you can overcome 2 language barriers, I will be quite impressed. 2? Braille and alright English.
So he's got to translate it from Braille into English and then into Japanese.
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, she's nodding.
I knew you were studying English, but I'm still amazed that you're proficient at it.
She's half Scottish.
Oh, thinking jocks are stupid or something? Right. But you're Scottish. I can't believe you're good at English. Fuck you. Cunt. Sorry. Maybe that was...
I don't think that...
Well, that's how I'm gonna read it.
That's not what he's getting at.
That's how I'm gonna read it. Anyway,
Okay.
Anyway, I know.
Get on with it.
Oh, one could say it's a perfect way to avoid people borrowing my collection. She's... Yeah, fair enough. John?
The stream is getting really boggy there. Sorry.
Oh, right, it's okay. I'll wait.
Did you read that already?
No.
Jeez.
Oh. You've bugged out. I'll cut this out.
She says it in jest, but I'm a little disappointed. Having all these books around me with no way of reading them feels like one big tease.
Yeah, okay.
Hanako giggles quietly as I reach over the closest pile, plucking the topmost book with only a cursory glance. Death on the Nile, in large letters on the cover, is the only printed text to be seen.
Oh.
I sit down for a while with the book open on my lap as Lily and go talk. Did you get that?
Yeah, we got that, don't worry.
Try as I might to feel out the dots of Braille printed on each page, they seem to blend into one another and become indistinct. I thought this to be a lot easier than it actually is. With some practice, though, I could see someone with a better sense of touch than mine managing to read at a pretty fast speed. Noticing a silence that had probably begun earlier, I look up from the dotted pages to see Lily smiling as Hanako sips another cup of tea.
Is something wrong? Quite the opposite. Your curiosity is quite endearing. Aww.
I am inordinately pleased by the praise, though I can feel my cheeks heating up a little.
Oh, thanks, but I don't know how else I could act. To be honest, I wasn't altogether sure of how you saw us, since you were a new transfer student from another school. If you'd pitied us, I would have been quite offended.
Well, yeah, of course. There's a certain edge to Lily's voice, one that I'd quite possibly place as pride. Glancing over to Hanako, she seems even more subdued than usual, looking towards Lily rather than me.
I wouldn't worry about that. Considering the position I've found myself in, I'm perhaps the last person who should be dispensing pity on others. Oh, My parents' first interactions with me after my heart attack. Sorry, I heard like a scratching. And I thought I was like, what the
We're
fuck's
on
going
edge
on?
now.
And
I have to
yeah,
turn
no, no. Do you know what it
on
was?
every light in my
Yeah,
flat. Between
yeah. Every single light in my house is on.
yeah. What was the scratching?
No,
What was the scratching?
the scratching was Hazel being an idiot and not knowing how to get out of the litter box. She doesn't realize that she needs to like push her head through the flap.
Yeah.
So she tries to paw it open
Well, I suppose
for
in
like
a way
a
it's
good like 15 minutes.
it's rather cruel in a way because I mean the fact that they're indoor cats isn't cruel, but the cruel part is you've not given them a need to have to use a cat flap and then bought litter trays that have cat flaps on them.
But the thing is that they were used to using a cat flap already.
Oh.
They used to fly in and out of them all the time. So Hazel's just stupid. And Jess doesn't have a problem with it at all. She tends to prefer to just fly out, like at the speed of sound.
Hazel is stupid. It's all the oil she licks.
It's all the oil she licks. I'll post a picture. Proof. We just found her doing this, and we took a quick picture before taking her away from the oil. But apparently, it's a thing that cats like to do. Like to lick oil. But besides that. My parents' first interactions with me after my heart attack, I wouldn't want to see anyone to see that kind of face. Cat Reed did.
I catch myself from going any further, but not soon enough. Both of the girls seem to be put off, Lily especially.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have gone that far.
An awkward silence reigns for a few beats, thankfully ended as Lily's head perks up in a gesture I've come to easily recognize.
Hear something?
I think I heard something.
The door.
Yeah, I did hear the door. Everyone looks towards it, trusting in Lily's senses. True enough, the door handle shudders and turns, a flash of yellow and black slipping through.
Whoa! Akira Satu is in the house. Happy birthday, Hanako. There we go, that's the voice for Akira. Now that I know they're all Scottish.
Fucking not. She's supposed to be cool.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what I don't know what cool sounds like. Thank you.
Akira takes a seat at the table as she plops her tall bag beside her. She has her trademark boisterous air about her, making no small deal of her entrance. Hanako clutches her gown to steady herself, but doesn't appear too shaken after she settles down. I guess she must have met Akira before. Not a huge surprise given how close Akira and Lily are. Akira doesn't seem to be the least bit put off by Hanako's scarring, despite its prominence, but she also doesn't pull any punches in how she acts despite Hanako's shy nature.
I thought you said you'd have to work, Akira. Did you manage to get off for a while? Kinda. I feel bad about ditching the guys doing overtime, so I gotta get back soon. But I felt bad about not coming to your cute little Hanako's birthday too, so for now, I'm here.
She grins widely at Hanako, who flowers into a full blush as she pins her eyes downwards towards her lap. To widen and retract over and over, and smile out of embarrassment. See, like, the lag in the stream is particularly funny with this music. Right. Because it's like jumping all over the place. It's really, really funny. Like, it's speeding up, it's slowing down.
Yeah.
I've read it. Did you get any reading it?
I know, yeah, I got most of it, yeah.
It's a little strange how her reaction seems to be more immediate and forceful than when she's embarrassed by the way she looks. All she manages to give him... Definitely missed the last bit.
Yeah, I definitely missed the last bit.
All she manages to give in return is a tiny nod, failing to hide her appreciation to any great extent. Not that many people give her positive attention, I suppose. It makes me respect how well Akira can handle her, making her so happy compared to what little I can do.
Now then, before I go... Oh.
She reaches into her bag beside her and grandly displays its contents. Out come two large glass bottles, both with long French names on the labels.
Oh, we're gonna get drunk. Gonna
Gonna
drink
get
some wine.
drunk. Anako's
Right.
expression is an odd mix of surprise and curiosity, and I suspect mine's no different. Lily, not seeing the proceedings, is oblivious to what's going on. 1991.
1991. That's a true vintage right there. Akira, this isn't.
Hey,
What is
actually,
it?
that was like a.
What?
It was
Oh.
like a 22-year-old wine by that
Yeah.
point.
I don't know if that's. Is that cool? Is that okay? I don't know. Wine
I have
experts,
no
tell us in the
idea.
comments. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a wine expert and you're
Ooh.
watching a dating sim let's play, please tell us about wine.
Why not? Oh,
Fuck.
wine? Oh, one red, one white.
Hisao clearly is a connoisseur.
Yeah, clearly. Akira, that's. Relax, relax. It's not like Shizen is here to scold you. Oh, guess who's back? Rachel's back. Hi, Rachel. Lily has a point. That's not exactly allowed on campus. Or anywhere, really. We're still short of the legal drinking age, remember? Ah, but we're Scottish.
Yeah.
Right? We start drinking when we're 14. Or younger. Actually,
Or younger.
I have a story. I do have a
Oh,
story.
Tell
Yeah.
your story.
No, so this is nothing to do. So when I was in first year, it was this second year actually. I was in second year. There was a story that this lad. I'm not gonna
Okay.
name any names,
Yeah.
but I remember his face, man, so vividly. Anyway, so let's call him Stephen for now. Stephen went to his first house party ever, and he got drunk for the first time, and in what is it, in Misfits, when he talks about tripling himself.
Yes.
Right. He did that, but not the. So he pissed himself.
Yeah.
He shat himself,
Yeah.
and he vomited all over himself
Oh,
at the same time.
Yeah. Wow. That's not. Fun.
And
I have done that. Also, I've done that sober. In fact, I was really ill once. I was like sitting on the toilet, trying to pee, and like the force of trying to poo made me need to be sick. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, as soon as the poo came out, like something released in me, and I was just like into the sink. Yeah.
same. It happened to me when I was on holiday.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
horrible.
really
It's a really
sick,
horrible thing to do.
and I'm so glad
Do
it was
it
a
to
tiny
happen.
toilet. So I was like hanging off the. I was hanging off the sink, just like, and shitting and pissing, and it was just an awful time.
But going back to getting really drunk and being sick, there's like we've got a couple of funny stories. One is well, I've got a couple of funny stories. One that's with Julian. We were recording an album at a little studio up near Loch Fyne, and the band, like the guys that were playing instruments, so Julian and our pals Nick and Alex, like they were doing the bulk of the recording for the first day.
Yeah.
And because I was doing vocals, I was going to do it all later. Are you getting all of this?
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you
getting all
any
of this. Yeah, I'm getting
Yeah?
that all. Yeah,
You
don't
getting
worry.
it? Okay. So I spent most of the first day just drinking and smoking and not doing
Oh no, John, you're
much
breaking up.
else.
Do that bit again.
So it gets to like 3 in the morning. Okay. You know, well, long story short, it gets to like 2, 3 in the morning. I'd been drinking and smoking all day and not doing much else. And then I'm like, right, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna go to bed. And I wake up like an hour later with just this need to be sick. So I run downstairs to the one toilet where my pal Alex is doing a shit. And I'm like, I need to be sick. And he's like, okay, give me a minute. Alex is a very patient man. Alex
No, you
has
missed
the patience of,
you
like,
missed the bit out
elder tree.
because me.
Oh, well, yeah, I missed the part where I ran past Julian, Nick, and our pal Fraser sitting in the kitchen.
Yeah, and not only that,
like-
John, but you booted down the fucking door. And you...
I didn't boot down the door.
Yes, you did.
I did not boot down.
No,
the
right.
door.
So...
I opened the
No.
door very aggressively, right?
Yes,
but that
you-
door is locked with shoddy to begin with,
Right.
right? The lock
so
on that
what-
door was not great.
and
So I
you
did
gave
not
Alex.
boot down any
You
door.
gave Alex the fright of his life. he got up, covering his genitals, like, oh fuck.
No, he didn't even get up. He didn't. I was listening, right, for this.
I did. I remember. I was there. You can ask
by
Nick.
that. No, because you got there by that point. You'd got there by that point. By the point that I got in, he was still seated, and I was like, I need to be sick. And he was like, okay, give me a second. And then by the time that I started spewing in the sink, that's when he got up. Because by that point, he was worried about getting splashed. So he got up. You know?
And me.
So I'm spewing in the sink.
Yeah, me
and everyone's
Nick
watching.
And Fraser are just like watching,
just
like
staring on.
Yeah, just
and
mouths, like jaws.
By the time that I finish up, everyone's kind of checking if I'm okay, and then they're like, "Oh, John, man, you need to go and sort that out." And Julian catches a whiff, and Julian can't handle it, so Julian goes to be sick in the toilet. And the noise of Julian being sick awoke something in me again, and I needed to be sick again. I couldn't be sick in the sink, because the sink was already full of sick. So I had to go outside and throw up there. And that was a very long story about being sick. I don't know if we've even got time for me to tell the story about me getting drunk. And
maybe
pulling off someone's toilet seat, but like, long story short, I was very young, got very drunk, and pulled someone's toilet seat off of the toilet after I'd been sick in their toilet. That was the first time I was in their house. It was one of the last parties I got invited to. Anyway,
nice.
So these kids are getting drunk.
Rich words for someone practically drooling as he examines a bottle. Yeah.
She got me there. I am genuinely interested in trying some, even just a little. Well, Hanako may not be handling one for herself. Her look does tell me that she's far from opposed to the notion as well. Lily rubs her forehead, giving up the fight that she knows Akira would win due to simply not caring enough about those funny rules and regulations.
Yeah, fuck the rules. Break the rules.
Yeah.
Just don't breathe a word of this to anyone in the school, please. I beg of you. I'm not stupid, don't worry. That said, I gotta get back to work pretty soon. I'm on a night shift. So soon? But you only just arrived.
The night shift.
Oh,
Overtime.
I'm on the night shift!
I'm on the night shift!
Sorry, Lily. Good to see you two again, though. And you, Hisso. I'll see you
later,
then.
You're gonna be seeing more
goodbye, Akira. She's got striking red eyes.
She levers herself up with a grunt and waltzes out of the room, leaving us alone with the two items on the table. She could be a vampire.
She looks like a vampire, like a cool vampire.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, most vampires are cool to an extent, apart from the fucking stupid ones. The ones that sparkle, and the ones that, like, I don't know, just are a bit lame.
Psychic vampires.
Like, Tom Cruise's vampire, I can picture as being quite lame because he's very flouncy and very
Yeah.
Anyway, Lily gives a nervous giggle at her sister's antics as Hanako takes a wine bottle.
Hanako's gonna get mad with it.
Oh yeah.
What do you think, Lily?
She rests her elbow on the table and pinches the bridge of her nose, thinking things through. She really doesn't seem to be able to keep up with her sister.
Well, it's already here. We may as well have some. Hell yeah.
Yep. No sooner does she say it than I take a quick glance around the room for glasses. Yep, he's desperate. He's like, well, let's get these girls drunk. That's not the way to do it, though, Hisao. You got to be a gentleman.
Yeah,
a small groan above me reminds me that Lily retired to rest in her bed for a few minutes ago. Almost completely drained of energy, I managed to stand up and drag myself to the side of the bed, sitting down and leaning my back against it.
Good God.
One of those.
Ugh.
Lily's groan sounds lifeless.
Oh, they're fucked. Too much drink?
Too drunk to fuck?
Yeah, I know that feeling.
We
all know that feeling.
Yeah, we all know that feeling.
Yeah.
Sure, listen, I would love to cuddle you, but my head is spinning, and so is the room.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
just
yeah.
give me an hour, 2 to 3 hours, and see how I feel.
see it in a bit.
Yeah.
My head hurts. Yeah. Too much to drink.
Yep. I rest my head back and idly stare at the ceiling. What an unmitigated disaster. Like proper idiots, we all drank the night away with one glass after another. Hanako simply fell to the side asleep, and it's a miracle I don't feel as ill as Lily.
Yeah.
Well, at most, I mean, there's 3 of them, right? So they're
Yeah.
gonna get one. That's like 2 large glasses of wine. They're kids. They've never drank before.
Yeah,
necessarily.
mate.
Okay.
It's a thing though. Like,
Yeah.
there was an American lass in uni, and I remember in freshers, it was like first, like, it was like second, third month into uni, something like that, and I went to like a halls party, and she was from America. She'd just turned 18. She could drink for the first time, and she had 1 glass of wine, and she was fucked.
Oh yeah, it happens every year.
Oh, it happens, and it's hilarious. Americans coming over getting drunk.
It's not even always necessarily Americans either. You know, like I think about people that I would meet at halls parties that were just from somewhere else in Scotland, and they had pure strict parents.
Yeah,
and they were like,
true.
yeah, I've never.
I mean, I had strict parents, but I still managed to sneak in a drink here and there.
I had strict parents, but by the time that like we were all drinking, I think like our folks were all kind of on a similar wavelength. But like, yeah,
And they were like,
just with each other, like.
Yeah, as long as it's with each other and you're being responsible, then we don't mind.
Yeah. Mum still laughs at the story about you ripping your trousers on the balcony, but these things happen.
These things happen. I also tore Alex's door down, although I maintain that was Scott's fault.
It was a combination. I was like, Julian, close the door, and Scott tried to open it as you tried to close it.
Yeah, well, he did try to open it. He fucking, like, rugby tackled the door. Like an absolute unit.
No, because the look on his face afterwards just looked like he'd like tried to open the door. Like as he came through it. Anyway, we're wasting time with stories about our past.
Yeah. I know. I
don't know if you guys are finding these stories funny. That's.
Oh, I mean, we're having a laugh. We're having a ball.
We're definitely.
Yeah. Gives me content to go through, and I can put all our high school stories.
We really did a number on Alex's house. Actually, we tore up the banister as well.
Anyway,
the year before, and...
let's save it. Okay. Hey, hey, Hissa, I'm sorry about today. I didn't think this would happen. It's fine, Lily. To tell the truth, I had a lot of fun today. Really? I think Hanako did too. Nah, she certainly did.
There's a short silence before another groan resounds from the supine Lily.
You okay? As you said, I just drank too much. What's the time? The time? It's...
I quickly look at my wristwatch. The numerals barely legible in the gloom.
Midnight? Curfew's in effect then.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, guessed as much. We'll have to sleep here for tonight.
As soon as I say it, I hear the sheets moving as Lily starts to sit up.
Hanako. Oh no. Go back to sleep, don't try to get up. Hissa, I have to. You're in worse shape than me by any stretch. Get some rest. But what about... I'll grab some spare blankets and put them over her, don't worry.
As I give a deep yawn and stand to retrieve them, I hear her lie back down with a soft thud.
Yeah. Thank you, Hissal.
Yeah.
No problem, it's the least I can do. You look outright wasted, bro.
Alright. Okay, I appreciate the honesty.
Wasted. Just a little bit tired.
She starts pouting, a slight slur beginning to distort her words as the alcohol takes a hold of her again. I grab a couple of blankets rolled up at the end of her bed. Quietly walking over to Hanako, I carefully lay the blankets over her peacefully sleeping figure, making sure not to wake her up.
Oh, poor Hanako.
The thick smell of alcohol coming off her breath makes me doubt she'd wake up no matter what I did, though. I stand and take one last measure of the room. 2 girls, both very drunk, and 1 guy sleeping overnight with them in the female student's dorm. What a scandal that'd be.
Yeah, that would be a
Good.
scandal and a half.
As I move to sit back down at the side of the bed, I steal one last glance at Lily. Her sprawling, dishevelled figure lies resting peacefully, slightly turned to the side. I crouch down to get a better
Oh
look.
no, being oh, she's so cute.
Her white skin blends in with the white pillow of the bed, a
Oh,
look of slumber-born peacefulness on her face.
oh,
Usually she seems so confident and forward, always there and caring for Hanako. Now though, she seems painfully delicate.
oh.
I think back to Hanako's presence. I thought it would be a nice occasion for her, but I'd hardly expected it to be so moving. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
One birthday after another, year after year. Just she and Lily, all alone. I guess it wasn't just the presents she liked. Resigning myself to an uncomfortable sleep, I sit down at the side of the bed once again, and rest my tired arms beside me.
Hey, Hisso.
Oh ho, Lily's voice is so quiet I can barely hear it. She must be on the verge of sleep.
Yeah.
Fucking. Apologize to my eardrums now.
Oh, thank you.
Mm.
Thank you for what? For being here. That's okay.
As I hear a deep breath, it's obvious Lily's gone to sleep. After closing my eyes, it doesn't take long for slumber to take me as well.
Hisso? Hisso, are you...
The soft, barely audible voice lingering in my ears slowly wakes me. I wish I could be awoken like this more often. With a mumble, I slowly open my...
Oh, 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 oh.
Oh! Taken by surprise at the face hovering curiously mere millimeters from mine, I make our heads collide with a harsh thud.
Oh, fucking
The
idiot.
impact of our forehead causes both of us to fall backwards and yelp in pain. Lily sounded more like a squeak toy than a person. I slowly rub my forehead with one hand, supporting myself with the other. Lily lies a few feet ahead, doing just the same, her face obviously pained.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Your first hangover,
Yeah,
including
man.
a smack on the head as soon as you wake up. That's fucking awful.
Yeah.
How are we doing for time, by the way?
Yeah, we're doing fine for time.
Okay.
Don't worry. You worry so much about time. We're fine. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Jeez, John. Jeez. You break the flow. You keep
I'm
breaking that fourth
sorry.
wall. It's okay.
I'm sorry. You know?
It's alright. I forgive you. Editor Julian probably forgives you too, because, you know, we're two separate people. At this point, it's the canon now. It's the part-timers canon. Oh, sorry. Your face was kind of close, and I acted on reflex. You okay?
Probably not.
My head.
It seems she's not actually okay. Come to think of it, I doubt that the impact alone is what's causing her head so much pain. I fucking called it. What did I say?
You hanging, bruh? You drank a fair bit last night.
She silently nods in confirmation as I lever myself up. A little levering in this game. I offer a hand to her and help her back onto her feet. Glancing behind her, I find that Hanako's still fast asleep.
She's got short shorts. Fuck.
She's got short shorts.
Fuck.
Long legs and short shorts.
It's not fair. I only drank as much as you did. It was very different from what I remember. And anyway, girls have a lower tolerance than men. It's well, it depends.
Is that true?
I don't
Because
know.
listen, I've met some girls that could drink me under the table.
Yeah, man. I think it
To be
depends.
fair, I'm a bit of a lightweight, but not
Yeah.
like that notwithstanding.
Yeah, funny story. Actually, actually, I might save it for the next episode because it is quite funny.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway,
about the
Editor
time you
Julian,
pissed off.
let us know if it's if this is true
No,
or
I know
not.
that.
You know,
Yeah. Provide some
That doesn't
science.
help. Fine, I'll get you a glass of water. Just be careful not to trip over Hanako.
I rub the sleep out of my eyes, or at least some of it, as I walk to the counter. Tending to someone with a hangover isn't the way I like to spend a morning.
Oh, it's fine, man.
It only takes a few seconds for the glass to fill, the clear water reflecting the sliver of light that makes it through the thin curtains. It looks like Lily's taking a seat on the side of the bed. I walk over to her while taking care to step over the peacefully sleeping Hanako and place the glass into her outstretched hands.
Thank you. No problem.
I take a seat next to her, the soft bed having a surprising amount of give. Good to know. She drinks slowly and methodically. A long silence passes with only Hanako's soft breathing to be heard.
Oh, bless Hanako.
I'm doing the silence.
It's okay.
You know, I'm giving some effect. With some measure of guilt, I look at Lily's face and attempt to read her expression. Her brow is furrowed, and she looks to be lost in thought. For a moment, I hesitate, but eventually place a hand on her shoulder in an attempt to reassure her. I didn't expect her to flinch rather noticeably at that, though.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Lily quickly shakes her head, in a manner somewhat more violent than usual for her. She takes a long breath to steady herself before letting her head sink.
I must look terrible right now. Nah, you look great.
She looks pretty good. I mean, she's a drawing.
I mean, I know.
I moved to protest, but quickly realised that it would be futile to do so. That said, I want her to open up more.
Yeah. If you want to talk about anything, I'm here.
Lily gives a self-deprecating snort, as if to mock her own emotions.
There's just a lot happening right now.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm sorry for being so strange recently, especially back when we were in town. Even now, I'm a bit confused about everything.
Yeah, it's hard.
Believe me, I know how that feels.
She smiles wistfully, resting a cheek on the backs of her fingers.
We're a couple of broken young fools, aren't we?
Ha!
Bruh. Oh, excuse me. You know what? I think I'll just end the episode with that.
Alright, if you like this episode of us telling stories about our past, then please like and subscribe, ring the bell, follow us on Instagram at Parttimers Gaming, and make sure to tell your friends, family, pets, anybody that gets a kick out of watching people play games on YouTube. Or
just, you don't even have to, you can just listen to us talk, You
can just listen to us talk. Anybody that likes listening to
two boys talking absolute shite.
Talking nonsense. Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of other places that you can go and do exactly that.
But two Scottish boys talking nonsense. Eh?
Two Scottish boys talking nonsense, there's not that much of that. There's not a lot of that.
No.
Not yet.
So Not yet.
We get our way. If we get our way, there's going to be so many arms and legs on this thing, so many weird projects, so many people involved.
Maybe.
We're going to have. Maybe. You never know.
It's going to be epic.
We'll see.
Anyway.
It's going to be epic.
Bye.
Part-timers, we do this part-time. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe.